I picked up and saw "Congratulations, Oscar nominee," and I just put the phone down like that. Because I don't. You never know how you're going to react. I literally act like it didn't happen.
Yeah, so Coleman Domingo was not watching live when his name was read out.
Coleman Domingo in Rustin
As the Best Actor nominee for the 2024 Oscars. But many individuals do watch live, and lucky for us, someone else records their reaction.
The nominees for achievement in visual effects.
This is my favorite one. So this is the Godzilla -1 team.
The creator. Godzilla -1.
And for original screenplay, the nominees are Anatomy of a Fall.
Justine Triet was ecstatic to score a nomination in Best Original Screenplay, but then was nominated for 4 more, including Actress, Director, and then Justine was beside herself by the time.
For Best Motion Picture of the Year. Anatomy of a Fall.
The team behind Poor Things heard the title of their film read out 10 times, but yeah, there's still that big one at the end.
Poor Things.
And for Best Animated Feature Film, The Boy and the Heron. Elemental.
Ya no la quita el Bueno, espérate. No está.
The nominees are The ABCs of Book Banning, The Barber of Little Rock, Island in Between, The Last Repair Shop,
The Last Repair Shop was the 4th nominee in the category, so there's only 1 more slot. So that documentary short was going to start with a letter anywhere from M to Z.
And Nai Nai and Waipo.
With a combined age of 182, yeah, the 2 grandmothers are now the subject of an Oscar-nominated work.
The nominees for Best Documentary Feature Film.
Down in Chile, the crew of 2 potential nominees had their eyes glued.
Bobby Wine, the People's President.
For achievement in
Cinematography.
El Conde.
Look, the Oscars and the Academy are a complicated, flawed institution. But there's no denying that hearing your name or your movie's name as an Oscar nominee has a pretty amazing effect.
We're nominated, guys, for an Oscar.
Here's Becky G celebrating the nomination for the original song Fire Inside from the film Flaming Hot. And yeah, it's another song written by Diane Warren. This is her, I believe, if I'm counting right, this is her 15th nomination. No wins in this category yet. But she did get an honorary Oscar last year. Anyways, here's Becky G.
This is literally like one of my dreams.
I love Becky G.
Hey, yeah.
That video was just so wholesome and fun.
I love. Are you crying, Andrew?
I love seeing everyone just so happy. My favorite was the 99 Wapao.
Yeah, I mean, I just love
grandma.
I love
Becky grandma's happy. And,
Yeah, I agree.
She's
one of those few singers who can actually act, huh?
Yeah, she was in Power Rangers.
Yes,
and then she was in the Showdown as well.
Yeah, she was on the Schmodown. She actually did pretty well on that too. Yeah, that was really fun. So yeah, guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, welcome. I'm the Wolfman, and we are here to talk about the greatest time of the year for us awards fans, which is the Oscars. They have finally just released all their nominations. We did a live reaction for you guys, but there's a couple things that we even missed in those live reactions that I want to talk about, which are snubs, surprises, stuff along those lines. So it'll be really fun to break down each category for you guys and talk about each category here. And I'm very honored today to be joined by our biggest supporter. Y'all know him from the Movie Hero Network. He's on there a lot with me on a lot of videos too.
Yep,
on the tournament fights and such. Brian Nussbaum, thank you for coming here, and happy birthday, man. This is a good fun way to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, it's good. You guys been asking me for a Round Beyond, and here I am.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we definitely wanted to have you on for the Oscars talk one, because I was like, he's been watching from the beginning of the season to like till now, and I'm like, it's good to be able to. I think it would be good to have him on just to talk with us about the big show once it's all released. So that'll be I'm very, very excited. And of course, I'm also joined by Andrew and Ross as well.
Yeah, we got to talk about the controversy too.
Oh, what kind? Which controversy?
You know about how people are mad though about Barbie?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And I've talked to a friend, but I've a friend about it. Want to know what she brought up?
What?
The Margot Robbie thing is disappointing, but that is not the issue. But that was not the big huge oh my god snub. It was Greta Gerwig that was the.
Yeah, so I definitely have thoughts, and
me too, because it's a math thing more. It's a math thing more to me. Do you know why?
Why?
How many Best Picture nominees are there?
10.
How many Best Director nominees are there?
5.
So somebody's gonna have to miss out.
And the thing is, too, is that
I think 2 good people missed out as well. Alexander Payne as well for Holdovers.
Exactly. Yeah. After BAFTA, a lot of people thought Alexander Payne was going to get in there, but he
disappointed me as well.
But here's the thing, and I'm not meaning for this to sound political. I'm not going to try to get political on the show, but I'm kind of getting bugged by people like Perry Nemiroff who are looking at this category and talking about how there's not enough women in this category, and how they literally nominated a woman in Justine Triet. All right, that yes, it's one woman nominated in the category. It's not multiple, but she's acting like, oh, there needs to be 2 or 3 at least to make up for things. And I'm like, no, you nominate who the best directors are that year. And when I saw the 5 nominees for Best Director, I was like, yeah, those are the 5 best directors of this year, as far as just how they made their film. So,
and I did notice something else in a lot of the arguments for it that didn't make sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 2 plus.
They talking about how do you snub the director of the biggest movie of the summer, the biggest movie of the year, the biggest this, the biggest that, where that's not the question.
What Goldberg said?
Not the question, It is what is the best,
And yeah, because if you're talking about that, then Jonathan Krasinski, or not Jonathan Krasinski, whoever, Kaczynski, Joseph Kaczynski. There you go. Who did Top Gun Maverick? He
last year.
Yeah, literally just a year ago. He did Top Gun Maverick was the biggest movie of that year, hands down. Like made tons of money. Was it?
Remember?
Oh, Avatar.
But yeah.
It was the biggest movie of the summer. It was one of the biggest hits for sure.
Yeah. But do you guys hear what Whoopi Goldberg said though?
But they even snubbed James Cameron that year too. I think.
I know. Did you guys hear what Whoopi Goldberg said though?
What?
She says everybody doesn't win, and then you don't get everything you want to get. There are no snubs. She says that's what you have to keep in mind. Not everybody gets a prize, and it is subjective. Movies are subjective. The movies you love may not be loved by the people who are voting.
Yeah. So wait. So that's Whoopi Goldberg said that.
Yes, today.
I'm surprised considering some of her thoughts on The View. I thought she would have like completely been like, oh yeah, how could they not nominate Greta Gerwig?
Did you know that her movie is the ultimate Oscar loser of all time too?
Which one?
Color Purple.
Color Purple. Oh, why is that?
0 for 11.
Oh,
So the Better Call Saul of the Oscars.
Essentially, man, don't remind me of Better Call Saul. That's tragic.
I noticed it too as I was listening. I'm like, wait, I didn't have The Color Purple for any. Wait. It did get a nomination. It did get one Oscar.
It got one.
One of the biggest awards too. So
it
and
was
also the other two-time snub, Bradley Cooper for Best Director, because for I Show as Star Wars.
Wait, did Bradley Cooper get nominated for Best Director?
No, he did not.
No, he didn't.
Okay, because I would have been pissed if they nominated him for Maestro and not because I would have been like
I wouldn't be sitting here saying it's one of the greatest Best Director lineups I've ever seen in my life if Bradley Cooper was nominated.
Yeah, because Anatomy of a Fall is worth it. Have you seen it, Brian?
I haven't seen that one yet.
That's okay at best. It was decent. It had its moments, but just keep in mind, everybody. I am saying everything that I'm saying here today as the biggest Barbie supporter on the channel. Like, so yeah, so
and people hit obsessed with Barbie and actually almost getting to an unhealthy level almost.
Yeah.
People, he's seen it 15 times since it came out.
Yeah. So,
but again, I normally don't finish it. I normally fall asleep to it, and I miss a good portion of
it. Yeah. I get that. But no, and talking about the number of nominations, the three leading films were Oppenheimer had 13 nominations, and then right behind that was Poor Things with 11 nominations, and then right behind that was Killers of the Flower Moon with 10 nominations. So those were our three leading films that were in there. I think Barbie got 8, if I remember correctly. Maestro got 7. So they did.
And then the Anatomy of a Fall, which I think could actually win Best Picture. I think it could be a surprise. Not saying it will,
Yeah. It's for me, I don't think anything would top out Oppenheimer, but I think it's definitely going to be between Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and Anatomy of a Fall. Because Anatomy of a Fall got all it needed. It got picture, director, actress, screenplay, and editing. I'm like, do you know which one those 5 to win Best Picture?
Do you know what movie though had the weirdest package of all time though?
What?
Foxcatcher.
How's that?
Okay, it got screenplay,
Yeah.
makeup,
Yeah.
actor,
Yeah.
director,
Wow.
but no
Nope.
picture nomination.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Or possibly maybe the holder was going to chance to best picture could have got picture, screenplay, and acting.
Yes, I could see
Yeah.
the getting better as well. I could honestly see that, but right now I'm in the Oppenheimer. I'm in the Barbenheimer camp. Like
Dude, Barbie's no. It's
No,
I
Okay,
do that
okay,
If you
Andrew,
add
literally.
Barbenheimer together, you get 21 nominations.
You know what I have though, Andrew? I literally have Barbie fifth or sixth in terms of
Yeah.
going to win.
Yeah, Oppenheimer is, but don't say Barbenheimer because right now Barbie did not do well enough. It didn't get editing or director. You need one of those two to get in there for picture. Like those are two huge categories that you need to like be a front runner in best picture, and it didn't get
Past
either.
Lives. I think is around 10.
So,
Even though it shouldn't be.
I don't think Lives is gonna win it. I actually
don't tell Jordan that he does like Oppenheimer or Past Lives.
Yeah, no. Past Lives got the woman talking treatment this year. It got only screenplay and picture, but whereas Woman Talking won screenplay, I don't know if Past Lives is going to win screenplay because it's just
Screenplay would be tough though for adapted because you have Oppenheimer, you have Barbie, you have American Fiction in there for adapted. It might be tough this year.
Yeah,
and I agree with Michael in one department.
What?
I feel like that other movie should have been put and adapted. And they should have
Barbie, okay.
Kept Barbie in original.
Yeah.
And then kept All of Us Strangers.
Yeah, no, because as everyone who knows me knows, All of Us Strangers is my favorite screenplay of the year, and so seeing it not get at least a lone screenplay nomination hurt my heart, and I blame Barbie for it. So
yeah, and plus, what do you guys think is going to win the original screenplay? I think The Holdovers is going to win.
I think Holdovers could win that thing.
I honestly see the Holdover. I honestly see Holdovers, and then adapted. I can see Oppenheimer. Because I watch Oppenheimer, and all of the amount of focusing I've had to do, and like all of like the interwoven like little whoa, pay attention moments in this are great. Like when I was rewatching it, I only had one issue with that whole movie.
What?
The scene where they're both naked and they're having a conversation in the room. It's like, why the hell are you naked?
Yeah, that is.
There's one guarantee Oscar for Barbie, which is song. That's a guarantee win.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, but the
and also costume or production design.
So that's either going to be Barbie or Poor Things. They're going to be battling it out in costume and production. Like those two are going to be battling it out there.
I do have a question for you before I see Poor Things.
Yeah.
What?
Are the sets very vibrant and colorful?
Oh yes. Yeah, because like Andrew, imagine if they're wearing imagine if they have imagine I have to clothes like 1820s, but the set is like 1820s combined with like futuristic stuff. Like she'll like walk outside and then like she'll see like a flying car or something.
Yeah,
or
like like Wes Anderson almost. They were like Wes Anderson movie.
I've learned this year. Like I like colors that pop in designs. Like
to me at least, it's even more.
Look at this and tell me that's not colorful.
That's yeah, and it's hard to tell on the it's hard to tell on the phone. But I will say that for me, Poor Things was even more colorful than Barbie, like a lot more colorful than Barbie.
I would say Barbie's more colorful because the way design Barbie rolled. I think
it was just pink though. It was just pink.
It was pink, but I would say like for me, Poor Things is like yellow, orange, green.
Yeah,
all these different colors that are like blended in there, and it was like really
Andrew,
nice.
just let you know, I texted you the image just now. Okay.
So right now, first off, we were talking about the controversy. We got a little off track. So the way I'm doing things is I want to go around the room first and just get everyone's thoughts going in order on just the Oscar nominations in general, what you guys think of them, and then we'll break down each category and we'll just go around to each person talking about their thoughts. But before we do that real quick, I am going to take some comments here.
Hey, Malcolm.
Malcolm is here. He says, I think there's a good chance that Oppenheimer will break the record for most Oscar wins from a single movie. That means it would have to be
the record of Lord of the Rings or the King, or am I wrong about that?
No, you're right.
It's tied. It's tied. There's a 3 movie tie. Ben-Hur, Return of the King, and Titanic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many awards did they win?
11.
How many is Oppenheimer nominated for?
13.
It's already losing 1, I know for a fact, almost.
To which one?
Supporting actress. It's gonna lose supporting actress.
And no way does it win. No way does it win costume design. Men in Suits is not gonna win costume design. So there's no way it wins there, and there's no way it wins supporting actress.
They'll come down
but he said Coda didn't have editing or director though, if I remember. That's true, it didn't, and it still won. But I feel like that was like that was a little different. That was a film that was, I think it was just the biggest film of that lineup.
That year.
Yeah.
Also, didn't that come out in like 2020, like during COVID?
Yeah,
that's true. Killer's of Flower Moon probably got in the last spot. But yeah, it did. It came out in 2021 during COVID.
I could see COVID also being also something that did that, because we were kind of, in that fighting age of COVID in 2020 and 2021 where there was a lack of good content.
By the way, that year was a good year for both me and Ross, because Ross called Jesse Plemons getting nominated, and then like early on, and then Jesse Plemons got nominated, and then I saw Coda at Sundance when they did the virtual Sundance Film Festival. They did the whole lineups virtually, and I texted Ross saying, "Dude, Coda's gonna get nominated for Best Picture. It has to." And then it got nominated for Best Picture, and that was all the way back in January of 2021.
I mean, also, if I remember correctly, Ross did predict that Barbie could get Best Picture or Best Screenplay when you win certain fights as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it's not gonna happen. Listen. If I was in charge of the Academy, then that is the only way. But I do not see any way on earth, even at the biggest support of that movie, does that movie walk away with Best Picture.
Hope I don't get a copyright strike. What's happening?
I know, Alina, I'm going to be filming down here, okay? Okay, yeah. Sorry about that, man.
No, you're good. I just heard music and I was like, oh
yeah.
I was like, YouTube, don't copyright, please.
Please wait till down. You know that we made it too.
Yeah, that would. So, so I'll go around the room since
our Batman review. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's true. But since you are our special guest here tonight, Brian, I'm going to let you start first.
Sure.
So just tell us what you think of the Oscar nominations overall. And
I would say for picture they got correct with the PGA 10 as well for it. Good nominees. A few snubs here and there, but overall good list of nominees.
Yeah, I completely agree. What are you, Russ?
Okay. Good nominees, but predictable. Solid, but predictable.
Yeah,
And there were, you know, like
There-
you
there
could
were-
argue,
yeah.
you know, like about like Greta Barbie, you know, like the two Barbie ladies, but there really were no like outrageous snubs. Not really, if you think about it.
Not really. No, there was no like
There's one for
outrageous.
anime short, which I would say had a snub there.
We don't know though, because like there haven't really animated any other animated shorts, you know, to base it off of.
Yeah, but I mean, and we'll get to that because I was thinking that's one of the things I totally missed. And also, there is one in documentary feature film, and it's not the Michael J. Fox one. It's some other documentary that I thought was like, oh, that's like gotta get in there, but it didn't. So we'll talk about that one. But and of course, I would say the only snub, I guess you could say, was an adapted screenplay, and it's Killers of the Flower Moon for me. I
You're
was,
right.
I think that was maybe the only snub of
Because like people say snub like when they hope that somebody gets in that they don't like, you know, that they didn't get in. You know, like I could say that, you know, like Charles Melton was almost a snub, but not really.
Yeah, you know,
Rachel McAdams could be almost a snub, but it wasn't that predictable. People didn't really pick her to be nominated.
Oh man, I would have loved if Rachel McAdams snuck in there. But what did you think of the overall nominations, Andrew?
I honestly feel this is one of the best nominations lists that we've had in at least the past few years. In my opinion, at least since COVID. I feel like since COVID, this is the best nominees years. Like in other years, we've had great movies, but this year I feel like all 10 movies are like there's so many great movies on that list that it's like every one of them is like a solid, you know, like I looked up last year's and I'm like Top Gun Maverick. I think all these movies are better than Top Gun Maverick. Avatar 2. I think all these movies are better than Avatar 2. You know. So like, and also I like the fact that there is 4 lighter movies in this year, and 4 lighter movies in this year because I love the Oscars, but not every Oscar nominee needs to be that like really dark, deep, and depressing. Like
the Oscar bait films.
If you can, but absolutely you'll always have those. But the nominees department, like Michael, you love horror. I would love to see a horror movie get in there one day.
I would love to see anime film get back in.
Hey, horror was nominated in one category. We'll get to it, but it was nominated in one category.
Picture,
which was awesome, but not best picture. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the best nominee list since 2019.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I agree with that.
Oh, yeah. 100%. And I'm Ross. Do you know what the longest ever Oscars were and how long they were?
No, I forget.
2002, 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was the longest
that year.
I don't remember, but I know that that was the longest. That was the longest because it was post 9/11 and everyone was giving those like long speeches about stuff like that.
A Beautiful Mind won, and it was also the year of like Monsters Ball.
Oh yeah,
Black Hawk Down, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
If you guys get mad though about Green Book winning Best Picture, we would have had one of the worst Best Picture winners ever.
Oh yeah, because apparently second place that year was Bohemian Rhapsody, so that would have been.
I love Bohemian Rhapsody. I would want to be there.
I love Bohemian Rhapsody, so I would have been happy if that one. But like I have a really big soft spot for that movie too. It's not like favorite movies of all time, but I do love that movie as a
lyric. 128, so
nice. Yeah, so I agree. I watched this Oscar ceremony, and yeah, there's a couple that I will get to. I face palmed at. I was mad at.
And
Only a couple, and that was stuff like Indiana Jones getting in score
John Williams.
rather than the Zone of Interest or Across the Spider-Verse. And then, seeing something like Annette Bening getting in for Naiad was just like, okay.
Did you ever finish it?
No, I'm trying, but it's so boring.
Have
you got to the funniest part of the movie yet?
Not yet, no.
The jellyfish.
So good.
The jellyfish.
Oh no, I don't think I've gotten there yet.
You'll know when it involves a jellyfish. That's all I'll say.
Oh my! But I'll say that this is, and I love it as someone who loves international films. This has to be. They've expanded the Academy, so it's got like 11,000 or 1,100 something like that new members. I think it was 11,000 new members. It got that many new members, and you can tell because of this award show that it was very international, which I really appreciated. We had 3 full-on, like, I guess you could say, well, 2 full-on international films in Best Picture, and then 1 kind of international film, which was, Anatomy of a Fall, Zone of Interest, and Past Lives. Like, it was and then a lot of other films in other categories were international films, like El Conde or other films like that were being nominated. So it was very interesting to see such a foreign Oscar kind of lineup. To me, that was kind of exciting.
They're not bashing the movie, but they're kind of like bashing the movie in a way. About your favorite movie of the year, Perfect Days.
They're bashing it
in a way. Do what they said.
Oh,
they said that Godzilla should have been in submission. They said Japan's.
Well, that's
Godzilla got to visual effects. So, anyways, for that
it did, which made history because apparently they've never nominated any Godzilla movie, and
also Mission Impossible first time nominated for that because they're nominated Mission Impossible.
That's true. Yeah, Mission Impossible first time nominated, and there's a lot of history made too. Like, we lost Andrew. Oh, there he is. Okay, he's back. But they also made history with Lily Gladstone being the first, I think, Native American to be nominated for Best Lead Actress. So that was really exciting to see that piece of history. First in Native Indigenous person in general. So to be nominated for Best Actress. So that was really incredible. And then
also second for Daniel Brooks, second time nominee for her for West Side Story because first time Ariana DeBose won for Rita Moreno's role, and now Daniel Brooks took her for Color Purple.
That's true, and I don't think he is the first now. I think I looked it up. He's the second actor to, but he might be the first. I have to double check, but apparently Coleman Domingo is supposedly the first openly gay man to play an openly gay character.
No, remember?
But
it was Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen was technically the first. So I guess that piece of, I don't know why people were reporting that when it was technically Ian McKellen was first, but a lot of history made, a lot of interesting picks, and we're going to go through them all, guys. I'm really excited to talk through all the categories for y'all. So since we were already talking about them, we'll kind of break up both of them into one category. We'll do adapted and original screenplay. And so adapted screenplay was American Fiction, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. And then original screenplay was Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Maestro, May December, and Past Lives. So we're going to go around the table, just give our thoughts on what we think on the nominations and what we think should win and will win there. So what do you think, Brian?
Yeah, for original, I think Holdovers has it for me, but I would love to see Air get there for screenplay for original. But for adapted, I think American Fiction could slowly be there. It's great. Way had to be the film, and Either that one or maybe Poor Things or Barbie. Either one of those might be tough for adapted. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see adapted being a bit more tougher of a race as far as what will win, because I feel like with original, it's more like, okay, it's pretty simple. Either going to be Anatomy of Fall or The Holdovers, I feel. But with adapted, it could go either way. So, what did you think of him, Rawson?
Okay. I do like him, but okay, original, I think The Holdovers has got it in the bag almost. But then
Yeah.
I think that there's going to be, a semi-surprise inside, adapted. I think American Fiction is going to take it.
I could see it.
I see that, yeah.
Because it won the Critics' Choice, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
It did. And it also is a film about a writer. And the Oscars love films about writers.
Yeah.
So that is also a big plus there. So I really could see it winning, and I would be very well deserved. The script is incredible.
It is.
So, what do you think, Andrew?
No, I love all these scripts. I'm still seeing Poor Things, so I can't comment on that. But I do have to. But I am seeing. But in original, I am gonna go The Holdovers. But in adapted, I am going to. I could see it going any way, honestly, but I am still going to go on the Barbenheimer train for two opposite reasons. One was more funny, and it just and the joke kept coming. I feel, and it takes a lot of work to be that funny. And the other, which is more likely to win, Oppenheimer, is like a script that is so dense and layered, that you don't even want to look away because you're like, oh, I'm going to miss something. I am going to miss something. I just rewatch scenes like, wait, what just happened? Okay, and I've really fast-paced dialogue and stuff like that. And Oppenheimer and Barbie have both that very fast-paced energy and fast-paced vibe,
Mm-hmm.
like where it felt like a bullet train, you're going, and you're not stopping for an hour and a half to 3 hours. So, but I could also see the American Fiction also taking it, because even though I thoroughly enjoyed that movie, I still would not put it in that category. Could you repeat to me the other nominees?
In which one? And adapted, it was also Poor Things and The Zone of Interest. So
I have not seen Poor Things or The Zone of Interest, but right now I would put my top three as Oppenheimer, Barbie, American Fiction. Those would be my top ones. I reserve to change my opinion after I've seen Poor Things and The Zone of Interest.
And I as someone who has seen all the films in each of these two categories, I can tell you that I think The Zone of Interest is incredible. I think it might be the best of the Best Picture nominees. It goes back and forth between that and Poor Things for me, but it's incredible, but it's not really a screenplay kind of movie. It's more of a visual director's kind of film. That's what The Zone of Interest is. And so when it got into adapted and over Killers of the Flower Moon, I thought that was kind of an odd choice. And I talked to someone who read the book The Zone of Interest, and they were disappointed in the nomination because they said it's called adapted screenplay. And if you're talking about an adapted source material, she says it's horribly adapted because it is nothing. And she said nothing like the book. Like he just took
Which
an
one?
ounce, the Zone of Interest. She said it's like he took an ounce of the idea and made his own thing entirely with the Zone of Interest. So, you could argue the same thing with like the Zone with All of the Strangers. That was also very different from what the book was and such. But
what do you think is better, the book or the movie?
She thought the book was better than the movie, but
Did she like the movie though?
She did. She liked it, but she didn't think it was like a best of the year kind of thing. Like some people are saying. But as someone who didn't read the book, I do think of it as like one of the best movies of the year because I just had the movie experience to experience it off of, and it was incredible for me. But it is disappointing not to see Killers of the Flower Moon and of course All of the Strangers in here.
I wish though that like American Fiction was actually kind of like titled the book's title because I like the book's title better.
What's the book's title?
Erasure.
Erasure. That's interesting.
Because you know why?
Because it's like erasing the.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I wish it was actually called Fuck.
They couldn't though because remember, like they've actually had trouble with that in movies before. Like blockers, like it was going to be called cock blockers. And then porno. That's the official title, but the TV thing they called it Zack and Mary.
That's true. Yeah, so they do have a hard time with stuff like that. But for both these categories, I'm gonna go slightly different. So original screenplay, it won the Globe, and because of just how good it was doing here, I think Anatomy of a Fall is a kind of film that doesn't work without its screenplay. Like its screenplay is so exquisite that film is like it's literally fully reliant on its script because it's a courtroom drama.
That's my
very well done.
Yep.
And so I think that Anatomy of a Fall for me, I think is going to win original screenplay. That's what I'm kind of predicting. And then adapted screenplay, I do think I have either American Fiction or Poor Things taking it right now. I want to lean towards American Fiction right now. I think that one's going to probably take it, but I could also see Poor Things because I also heard Poor Things was actually a pretty good adaptation. People said like I haven't read the book, but some people were saying like it was a pretty good adaptation. So
it sounds like it'd be a hard read though.
Oh yeah, for sure. So both those categories really great. And of course I do want to mention too, I'm very happy that it at least got one nomination. As someone who loves May December, I was bummed there was no Charles Melton, Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore, stuff like that, but at least we got one nomination for original screenplay. That's what matters to me. I'm super happy because that's in my top 3 screenplays of the year too. It's phenomenal. So I'm very happy that May December got in there for screenplay. From first time writer too. By the way, a couple first time writers because the Holdovers apparently David Hemmingson I think is a first time writer. And
Alexander Payne wrote it.
And the what was that, Ryan?
I thought Alexander Payne wrote it. The director, I thought he wrote it.
No, apparently he didn't. It was written by a guy named David Hemmingson. Alexander Payne only directed it, which is interesting. So sometimes most of the time Alexander Payne writes his stuff as well as directs it, but I guess in this case it was different. But David Hemmingson and Sammy Burt for May December are both, and of course Celine Song for Past Lives. So there's like 3 first time writers being nominated, and Cord Jefferson too. Forgot about him. 4 first time writers being nominated for their work in writing, so that's pretty exciting.
Almost half.
Yeah, pretty much. And then for cinematography, the nominations were El Conde, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. What do you think on this one, Brian?
Yeah, this is going to be close between the Oppie and Poor Things. This is the way how they transition from black and white to color for the movie. So I think it's going to be a close race between both of them.
For sure, I can definitely see that. And then what about you, Ross?
Okay, yeah, I think Oppenheimer's got this in the bag.
Yeah,
With Poor Things at a close second because the cinematography in Poor Things was amazing.
And then what about you, Andrew?
You just to say something else, because I don't want to be too predictable and everything. I am going to throw in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Rodrigo Prieto had a good year this year. He did the cinematography for Killers of the Flower Moon and Barbie. So
wow,
yeah, so he did. So he had a very good year.
Opposite movies.
Yeah, two very opposite movies.
One is like a lighthearted romp. The other that feels short. The other is a long-winded period drama. White people stealing oil from Native Americans.
Yeah, I so for me, this category was. Now, if y'all watched my final prediction stream, which is a separate stream, I had Saltburn getting in. But then if y'all watch my morning reaction video, I took it out last minute to make a change and throw in El Conde because I forgot El Conde won the ASC, which is the American Society of Cinematographers. And when you win that, you're pretty much locked in to get nominated for cinematography. So that right there was a sure enough sign for me to switch it out, and I'm glad I did because I got 5 for 5 in this category, and I don't know which one of us did the best. Honestly, like we all kind of did evenly because some of us absolutely sucked in our predictions, some of us were like really good with our predictions. So it was like kind of a mixture
supporting
there.
actor, I went 4 for 5.
Yeah, and I did horrible on the shorts. Don't follow me, guys, whenever it comes to the shorts. Just saying.
I don't even care about the shorts.
No, I know. But it's like I just picked out my ass, and picking out my ass did not help.
Also, I could have thought holdovers could have changed the cinematography the way they shot the movie.
Yeah, that would have actually that would have been a really nice. I actually prefer the cinematography in holdovers to Maestro. So personally, I
agree. I didn't even give Maestro a second thought in that category. I'm like it's just there, in my opinion, it's the you've got this movie, great movie, this great movie, this great movie. Then over here is Maestro, like it's like the black sheep of the Oscars for me.
Yeah, I totally see that. Now I'm like 20 minutes in right now of El Conde. I started watching it, and I wanted to really talk about this film for just a bit until before we move on to our next category, because this is a horror movie. It's a gothic black and white vampire.
Really? Is it good?
Yeah, and it's very well done. And so I'm like, hey, this is the one time that the Oscars are like nominating a horror movie. Like that's this year. That's cool. Like and the Last Voyage of the Demeter at least was on their shortlist. So at least they have that horror stuff that they're throwing in there. And I will tell you what, my favorite to win this category would be El Conde. It looks gorgeous. I'm only 20 minutes in, and I'm like, this looks, every frame of that movie is a painting. Like, holy crap, it's really beautiful. But I think what will win is probably going to be Oppenheimer. Hoyt von Hoytema is already a well-known cinematographer, so I think that's going to help him.
Choice, I believe.
I can totally see that. I just wanted to throw out another movie. Just so another movie got some love on this channel.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate that. And you said Oppenheimer won Critics' Choice, Brian?
I believe so. Remember they mentioned about Hoyt von Hoytema these Critics' Choice Awards.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that did win that.
About a horror movie though, I remember a horror movie did make the short list that actually like has an actor that I'm becoming a huge fan of.
Who's that?
Corey Hawkins.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah, he was in Carl Scott.
Right, Mike?
If I'm not mistaken.
What, him yet?
Wait, which movie?
You know, the guy. Okay, I remember like a horror movie actually got on the short list. You know, Last Voyage of the Meteor, and it has Corey Hawkins, who I'm becoming a big fan of.
Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah,
he's actually in The Color Purple.
Oh, nice.
And Kong Scotland as well.
It also had the girl from the Nightingale too in it, and so that was a pretty cool to see her in there. And that one actor from Game of Thrones, I forget his name, but and it had something. How do you say his name? Like Damien Dastmalchian or something. I forget how you say
David
it. David Dastmalchian. That was it.
Yeah, David Dastmalchian. Yeah.
And so we will do both the original song and original score categories, and we'll like mix them together here. So for original song or original score, I mean, we've got American Fiction, Indiana Jones: The Dial of Destiny, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. What do you think of this category, Brian?
It's the Oppenheimer Award. It's winning all the awards. I would love to see Daniel Pemberton pop in for Spider-Verse, though.
Oh, absolutely. That would have been and then of course from I would have loved to have seen Zone of Interest pop in here somewhere too as a surprise nomination, because that score is haunting. So I would have liked to have seen that. But what do you think of this category, Ross?
I like it. I mean, I just wish Dial of Destiny wasn't here. Like, you actually got up during the stream, the 1 of 2 times you got up.
Yeah, I was so
mad. To be fair, I believe it's John Williams' last composing film, so maybe.
No, he's not going to retire.
Yeah, I think he just came out recently and said that he's going to keep on going until he dies. I think. Yeah, pretty much.
Listen, I'm a huge fan of dun 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 dun. I love that one, but I feel like it's coming down to obviously Oppenheimer, but I would like to throw in either Killers or Poor Things into the mix.
Oh yeah, I will say, as far as
cause just from the little bit that he sent me of Poor Things, I was like, ooh, okay, this is weird. This is strange. I like this. And at first, because I've got a little bit of a grudge against the director, against the guy who did the score for Oppenheimer.
Oh, why?
I hated the score for Tenet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's Oscar winner for.
Or are you gonna go see it again, Andrew? It's playing in the theater.
He did Black Panther though, and that was a really great score. He won the Oscar for that too.
The score for like me and my family often joke, but okay, we have a big piece of information to tell you. We're gonna turn up the music as loud as we can before we talk.
So Andrew, are you gonna go see it in the theater again? It's coming back to theaters.
Probably not, because I've already got I don't get as much. I don't get there as much as other people do, and I want to see other movies in theaters.
Yeah.
And also something else is playing, but I would be scared to see it because Michael would fly down to New Hampshire and tackle me to the ground if I did.
What film was that?
Barbie is playing?
Yep.
Oh my god.
You would tackle me if I saw that again.
I would literally fly down and it would be
Andrew,
you'd have to do our deal then. Good news, I have zero interest in seeing that right now, because I'm like, not only can I watch it for free, but there's literally like 4 to 5 other movies playing in theaters right now that I would see.
You know that you're going to sneak into the theater and watch some of it. We know you will.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, don't show your hand. You're going to go see
Poor
it.
Things is top priority right now. Then it's Past Lives.
You saw Past Lives.
Barbie.
I mean,
he didn't see Past Lives in the theater, but if
okay. Sorry, I meant to say, I was thinking about something else. First is Past Lives, then it's Anatomy of a Fall.
You mean Poor Things and Anatomy of a Fall?
Poor Things, then Anatomy of a Fall. then I need to find a way to get my hands on the Zone of Interest.
It should be most theaters do like a release for the best picture nominees.
Sadly, it's playing at my theater the same day as Dune Part 2. So I'm like,
Whoa.
Is there a different time for
Ooh.
Part 2,
gonna
maybe?
see that
Go see
first.
No,
it.
that's a late release.
Yeah.
And then I'm seeing it again, and then I see it,
And then
and it's coming on the day that I'm literally leaving to go there. Hopefully, between now and then, it will show up again. But I really want to see.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe a smaller independent theater.
Maybe. For original, for my thoughts on original score. First off, I rewatching again. I noticed a little bit of it, but I don't really notice that much of a score in American Fiction.
I agree.
Like the score was fine, but it wasn't like Oscar worthy in my opinion.
Agreed.
And then Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, of course, like John Williams is just John Williams, so I guess they're going to nominate him because of that. But I would have taken out both of those and put in Zone of Interest and Cross the Spider-Verse if it was up to me. I would have done that personally. But yeah, this is definitely going to be Ludwig Göransson. I want Killers of Flower Moon to win just because Robbie Robertson passed away. This is the last chance he's ever going to get to win an Oscar. And Jerskin Fendrix, this is his first composition for an actual feature film, which is incredible. But he'll have plenty more times. And Ludwig Göransson is already a winner. I would love to see Robbie Robertson win, but I don't know if that's going to happen at this point. It looks like Oppenheimer's just going to be sweeping this category.
Speaking of Dial of Destiny, do you hear what they call it for the Raspberry Awards? Indiana Jones as Dial of Destiny still being a dead horse. Or Indiana Jones as Dial can't go home now.
That was one of my worst movies of the year too.
Yeah, it was not good. I'm glad it was not nominated for best visual effects.
Wasn't that bad?
I would have died if it was nominated for visual effects. My goodness.
I had the Ross Mania for
I may have a special personal connection to that movie, and I'll tell you guys after the stream.
Okay.
Text me because I might be leaving. I don't know.
Yeah. For original song, we've got The Fire Inside from Flamin' Hot, I'm Just Ken from Barbie, It Never Went Away from American Sympathy, Wajazi, a song from My People from Killers of the Flower Moon. No surprise there. And then What Was I Made For from Barbie. So what did you think of this category, Brian?
Diane Warren gets started once again for best song. She does that every year. She gets the nomination for best original song. But yeah, it's gonna be. I'm just Ken has my pick to it, but I'm just hoping it begins with Jack Black playing Peaches, then transitions to I'm Just Ken.
Absolutely, I agree. And then oh.
Maybe go to Ross afterwards. Maybe go to Andrew first.
Yeah, I've got Andrew first. So
okay, I'm back.
Okay, cool.
I think though, I actually don't think I'm Just Ken is winning. I have a feeling that What Was I Made For is going to win.
I can see that. It's Billie Eilish, and
you know who needs to win though, but I hope not for this movie, is Diane Warren.
Yeah, that would be but and also Diane Warren would win, but also would Becky G still win this or no? Because she apparently she sung it, but I don't know if
I'm surprised this is something went for not A for Brady for best original song because Dolly Parton.
Oh yeah, that's true. What did you think of this category? I know you're happy, Andrew, because there's two Barbie songs got in there. Yeah.
For me, it's a 2-horse race between those movies, and but like of course I want I'm Just Ken to win, but I would be just as happy if What It Was Made For was win, because because that song is just so calming and peaceful to me, and I love it. But I have to mention a third song as well. The Song of My People from Killers. I could also see that also doing it, and I cannot wait for the live performance of it. Especially because since I know they're going to get actual Native Americans up there.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
That's going to be pretty badass.
And honestly, because of it getting in here, I could see a potential. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I could see a potential chance that both Barbie songs cancel each other out, and then
that's like in 1998. You know what happened?
What?
Saving Private Ryan and A Thin Red Line both are war movies.
Oh yeah.
So then like okay, like I preferred Saving Private Ryan, to the Thin Red Line, and Mike preferred Thin Red Line to Saving Private Ryan. So then we both vote for a different one instead of us, getting together for that one war movie.
I
don't think it's with the chance they got 2 songs nominated.
Yeah.
2 songs.
I remember that too. Yeah, there was one year where they only nominated 2 songs.
Oh, that was in 2011. It was Man in Muck and the Rango song.
The Rio song, actually, not Rango.
Oh yeah, Rio.
Yeah. That was great.
Still think it's gonna go to Barbie, but it could go to Song of My People.
Or watch out for Diane Warren because she needs to win one eventually.
Oh yeah, eventually.
People feels like that song for 2018 the Cowboys had a spurge or something from watching the Scrubs.
Right now, Diane Warren's going the route of like Roger Deakins, where Roger Deakins was nominated so many times, and then he finally won for Blade Runner 2049. Was like freaked out and was so happy. So
we need to have a talk though about Roger Deakins too, though. Do you know why?
Why?
We're doing a watch along, Mike, of this first movie he was ever nominated for this year because it has its 30th anniversary.
Which one?
Shawshank.
Oh, that's good.
Are we gonna have to do one or no?
For sure.
I'm in for that. I've never seen that movie.
Oh, what?
You've never seen Shawshank? Bro.
It features the guy who played Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob in it, Clancy Brown.
Don't actually sit down and watch Barbie full from beginning to end until you watch Shawshank. It is off limits now, all right? You're not allowed to watch Barbie from beginning to end. You are banned from watching that movie until you watch Shawshank Redemption. That is...
Is it on streaming?
Well, look right now. Look on the site I use. Let me look on the site that I use. Brian, do you ever use a site called JustWatch.com?
I've heard of it, yes.
I use it every day.
Really?
Yeah. It tells you like what movies are streaming and on what service.
I heard about that site now, yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yes, it is. It's actually it's part of that weird thing though, like where it says like Paramount Plus on Apple TV, so it's not really streaming anywhere right now.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean by that thing? Like when you click on it, it'll say to
how about I promise you this year I will watch Shawshank.
Watch it before you watch.
Andrew, do you know how much it is to rent though?
How much?
$3.99.
Yeah, not bad to rent it, and it's in maybe my top 5 movies of all time. So
I can't promise you when I'm gonna watch it, but I am gonna watch it.
Just watch before you watch Barbie again. That's what we should do.
We should absolutely. Real quick, I'm just going to run through these. But I'll just very briefly run through the short films. But for live action short film, we have The After, Invincible, Night of Fortune, Red, White, and Blue, and The Wonderful Story Henry Sugar, which I watched today. It was really fun. And Wes Anderson's going to finally win his Oscar, I think, but it'll just be for short film. And then for animated short film, we have Letter to a Pig, 95 Senses, Our Uniform, Pachyderm, and War is Over, inspired by the music of Johnny Yoko. I think Letter to a Pig is going to probably win that category. Documentary feature film, we got Bobby Wine, People's President. Wait, no, documentary short film is what I mean. Documentary short film is The ABCs of Book Banning, The Barber of Little Rock, Island in Between, Last Repair Shop, and 99 WIPO. I want 99 WIPO to
about the live action short film. This might make you laugh, okay?
Yeah.
Guess who's been nominated for an Oscar before for short film that'll surprise you?
Ooh.
Martin McDonough. I know that.
No.
I thought. Really?
Really? Bezaka.
What short film did he do? William
It's
Zabka.
called Most.
I'll be right back.
Most interesting. Okay. But yeah, no. Nine Well Paul is great, so I hope that wins. But as far as any snubs in these categories, people were kind of shocked Once Upon a Studio didn't make it in here. I had it in my predictions, and I kind of I'm not. I need to get to it.
It's on YouTube as well for free.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay, nice.
And it's on Disney Plus. So,
well, I canceled Disney Plus temporarily right now, but
you don't have it anymore.
Not right now. No, I don't have Disney Plus right now.
But dude, you got to watch that. Percy Jackson.
I might do that.
Who plays the God of War?
Oh, really?
Guess who plays the God of War in Percy Jackson?
Oh, I thought you meant the actor played in God of War. But who are you? Who?
Edge.
Oh, the superstar.
That's different.
No, he actually does a good job, doesn't he, Brian?
I haven't watched the series yet, though.
Oh.
Yeah, but man, I'm gonna definitely have to check that out because he's my third favorite wrestler ever. I love Edge, so I'll definitely check it out for him. But for documentary feature film, we've got Bobby Wine, The People's President, The Eternal Memory, Four Daughters, To Kill a Tiger, and 20 Days in Mariupol. I have seen 3 out of these 5 movies. Actually 3.5 because I watched some of Bobby Wine's People's President.
Would you ever watch it again? Would you ever watch it again or no?
Which one?
Mariupol?
No. If anyone, 20 Days in Mariupol, if anyone ever said, hey, there's this documentary I want to watch called 20 Days in Mariupol. You want to watch it with me? I would literally leave the room and have them watch it and then have them tell me how it was. I can never sit through that again. It was just too much for me.
Wolf movie.
The what movie? What was
it's
it?
not a Wolfman movie.
No. Oh, it is a Wolfman movie because it is and it isn't because I loved it, but at the same time, I told Ross this, it literally triggered me to the point that if someone said anything to me, I was going to snap. And I'm a really nice guy. It triggered me so much. And someone did say something to piss me off. And I was triggered from it and got really mad at the person.
Well, okay. Brian was telling me about there's a scene where the baby dies and you actually see it.
Yeah. It's because what the documentary is about is it's about these people who are filming the tragedy of Ukraine and what happened in Ukraine about Russia and Ukraine. And it's up close shots of the actual incident happening. So you see a lot of people dying. You see a lot of people in peril during it. And it was one of the most disturbing and grueling watches I've seen in quite some time. But it was very well done. And I hope it wins. Beyond Utopia is the big snub here that I was surprised about. I thought that was going to get in. Because that also sounds something sort of similar to 20 Days in Mariupol. That's a very important documentary. I thought that was going to get in there.
And still didn't get in.
But they don't really like celebrity documentaries, so I wasn't they snubbed.
Yeah, like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, the Won't You Be My Neighbor wasn't there, so they don't really like those kinds. So I am not surprised there. I didn't have it in my predictions, but I definitely that also is one that's disappointing because it's my 5 documentaries of the year so far. But I do want to see The Eternal Memory. It's on Paramount Plus. I plan on watching that soon. And To Kill a Tiger, that's another one that's hard to watch. It is a documentary about a rape case that happened in India, and apparently it's the way that the justice system is there is horrible. They were blaming the girl for even coming out and sharing the case about it and saying that she's at fault because she was, and it was it's very hard to watch, but it's very but it also ends on an uplifting note, so it's very good. So but yeah, that's documentary feature. And then international feature film, we've got Io Capitano from Italy, Perfect Days, my favorite movie of the year from Japan, and then Society of the Snow from Spain, the Teachers Lounge from Germany, and the Zone of Interest from the United Kingdom. So,
have you guys ever like had this
I
dream
think
where
Zone of
you
Interest
dreamt like?
again,
Have
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys ever like had a dream where you dream like a movie's announced that sounds like it could be an Oscar contender, but then you wake up and you think it's real, and then you look it up and you go, no, it's not.
Not exactly, but what are you referring to?
I had a dream where they announced they were making a Roger Ebert biopic.
Bro, they should. I don't know why they never. It was Siskel and Ebert. Make a Siskel and Ebert.
There was a documentary about him, I believe, one time.
Yeah, they did a documentary.
And who could play Ebert though? Since the actor that plays that could have played Ebert died.
I mean, who?
Michael Lerner.
Oh, okay.
But he passed away though, Michael Lerner.
Yeah, he did. I think whenever Ross,
this is the guy that I was talking about who could play Ebert.
Oh, that would have been great.
Could have played him already in Godzilla.
Whenever Ross, like, I asked Ross one time who would be a good Siskel and Ebert. He said, what's that actor that you like so much from Richard Jewell?
Paul Walter Hauser.
Paul Walter Hauser could play the role of and I was like, that would be pretty
Siskel
good.
and Ebert though, one time they basically now like they actually had a very very us answer. Do you know what it was?
What?
One of their knocks, they were like Roland Emmerich, like base one of their characters in Godzilla off of them, and one of the complaints about the movie was that they didn't die.
Oh my gosh!
But yeah. But which category is this now? Oh yeah,
international. So I will. I mean, this one, I think we're gonna just all come to a consensus that this is definitely going to be Zone of Interest after how well it did.
Because man, I mean, I follow shit over there too.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm just very happy that Perfect Days is in there.
just watch it win, Justin, to see how happy you are if Perfect Days wins.
Dude, I would love that, but
I mean, to be honest, I think Godzilla should have been there for Japan if it.
I mean, I personally love Perfect Days more, so I'm glad Perfect Days is there. But at the same time, I do want to talk about how stupid of a rule it is that they can only submit one film from each country for the Academy to watch. And I think that that's a really dumb rule because there's so many films being made in these countries that I get that the Academy probably couldn't watch every single one of them, but you could like submit several of your best ones.
Like what I think how many it should be?
What?
Maybe 5 per country.
Yeah. And have them watch 5 films per country because Monster was also a great one from Japan. I would have loved to see that get nominated.
Like Decision to Leave.
And yeah, Decision to Leave was a great one, but that was the submission, I think, for Japan that year. But it didn't get nominated, which was unfortunate. But it's just, yeah, it's a dumb rule. And one thing I want to say I love about this category is jokes on you, France. That's what you fucking get, France. They were like, oh, we're going to submit Taste of Things because we think that has potential. And y'all don't submit Anatomy of a Fall. This is your fault. If y'all would have submitted Anatomy of a Fall, y'all would have been winning this category. But y'all didn't submit Anatomy of a Fall, and now y'all got this, and now y'all got this into this. Oh, you have to go?
Yeah.
All right. See you, man.
See you, Ross.
Cool. So yeah, I just find it funny. They bit themselves in their own ass. But for animated feature film, we've got The Boy and the Heron, Elemental, Nimona, Robot Dreams, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. What do you think of this category, Brian?
I'm glad that Elemental got in there. Like how little film that could based on the box office, how it did. But it's gonna be choose that Boy and Heron and Spider-Verse for this one, either one or the other, because one won the Globe, the other one could have choice, either one could happen. But I would love to see Turtles get in there or Mario get in there possibly, but I think it's gonna be Boy and Heron or Spider-Verse.
I agree.
I think The Boy and the Heron and Spider-Verse too, but third will be the robot.
I I've not seen Robot Dreams. It premiered at the festival that I went to this year, but I think it was playing around the same time I went to go see Perfect Days or some other movie. So I didn't get to see it because the times were interfering with each other. And I do really want to see Robot Dreams. It looks cute, it looks delightful. And I'm very happy for the people behind Robot Dreams. I wasn't really that big on Mario and on TMNT this year, so I'm glad that they that something like Robot Dreams was able to sneak in there. And yeah, it's cool to see Nimona in there as well. That showing that get some love. No chicken Rugget.
Donald Nuggy.
Don the Nuggy. Yeah, there's none of that here. But well, I know they loved like the first film. And they love those kind of animated films. But yeah, I think definitely Boy and the Heron or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It doesn't really help that like none of them got in any other categories. Like if Spider-Verse would have gotten a score nomination or would have gotten a VFX nomination, then I would have easily been able to say, "Oh yeah, Across the Spider-Verse." But now
the Oscars should have their own best voiceover performance category. Like
I agree.
They should have one for it.
I think
deserve recognition.
I think that like what they should do is combine these two, but because there's not enough motion capture performances, I feel like what they should do is they should do like a best voiceover / motion capture performance.
I agree with that.
And then you like combine them, and you can have like a mixture there. I think that would be really nice. And so because yeah, voice actors and motion capture actors like they all deserve recognition. They don't nearly get enough recognition. So that is definitely one of the academies. One of the ones I need to add, as well as I feel casting or like cast ensemble. I feel that's something, and stunts as well, because yeah, stuntmen don't really get enough recognition. That's one I definitely feel should be nominated. We have a friend who thinks the dumbest thing. He thinks they should add a category called best song score. What that means is
I could buy both of them.
It's like take an individual song from the score and you nominate that song from the score, and it's like
that's dumb.
I'm like, yeah. I was like, well, that's yeah. I was like, why would you? That's really dumb. But for makeup and hairstyling, we've got Golda, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and Society of the Snow. I think I threw in like Napoleon or something in there, and I wish I would have thrown in Society of the Snow because I would have gotten all of these right. But what do we think of this category?
Yeah, to be honest, I think Rocket should have been added in there based on the makeup work they done for the film. But for this category, I think probably Barbie could take it, or Golda for a surprise.
Yeah, I could totally see that. Where are you?
I've never seen Golda, and I'm actually going Poor Things because from some of the images that I've seen.
Yeah, I'll chip my vote to Poor Things. Actually, forgot about that.
Yeah, because yeah, Poor Things. What they did with Willem Dafoe's makeup,
yeah,
it was really well done. I do think as far as what will win, like this will be Maestro's only Oscar that night. I think it's probably going to win, just personally, because I feel like that this category bugs me because this category
Suicide Squad.
This category doesn't award the best makeup. What this category awards is the most makeup. That's what they love in this category. They're like, oh, we love Gary Oldman in a fat suit, so we're gonna award that for best makeup. Oh, we love
Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squads. Look at that Killer Croc makeup job there. So we're gonna definitely give that the Oscar. So this category is very odd for me, and so I think Maestro is going to win because it has the most use of makeup, because you see the old Bradley Cooper face and how they made him look different and all that. So I don't know. I think that's where they're going to go with that. For we'll do production design and costume design next. For production design, we have Barbie, Collision of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. And then for costume design, I think I have to weird Variety. I think has it. Yeah, it has that higher up here. Barbie, Killers of Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. So I think it's literally the same as both. They do that a lot with these categories. They nominate the same films in both those categories. But what do we think of this category?
Production design first, or the
other? Either one, whichever one.
Yeah, for production design, I think it's also going to be a tie between Poor Things and Barbie. Either one for that category.
Oh yeah, and then what about for the for costumes?
Costumes, could we the nominees again?
It's the same, I think, as production, which is Barbie, Killers of Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. So.
I think same as production design, Barbie or Poor Things.
And it's gonna be Barbie and Poor Things, and they're just gonna flip flop.
Yeah, I could see one winning one and one winning the other. Like I see Poor Things winning production design and Barbie winning costumes, or Barbie winning production design and Poor Things winning costumes or something. I could see like that kind of interchange with it. So that would be pretty cool. For Best Film Editing, the nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Killers of Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. What do you think of this category, Brian?
I agree, though, a surprise for Holdovers.
Yeah, I am. That had some really good editing. Like I've seen that film 3 times now, and I was like, "Yeah, it's got some really solid."
I'd agree with them. Holdover, it sounds really, really good. Good for.
So for me, I think editing. They're just going to award Oppenheimer so many awards. I feel like Oppenheimer is going to win for editing, but the one I will want to win for editing is Anatomy of a Fall, because to me that's the best edited movie I've seen this year. The editing of that movie is fantastic. I literally rewatched it on my screener, and we got to a certain point near the end, and when I was rewatching it with my mom, I was like, "Oh my god, I know where we are, and I cannot believe we're already here. Jeez, this is so well paced." It was like incredible. So I'm hoping, rooting for Anatomy of a Fall. But I think Oppenheimer is gonna take it here. For visual effects, we have The Creator, Godzilla -1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, not Part 1 anymore, and then Napoleon. So, what do you think of this category?
Probably either Godzilla or The Creator.
I agree, Godzilla, The Creator.
Yeah, I think I want to lean The Creator just because of like the tech. I saw like a behind the scenes thing on how they did the effects, and it's crazy, bro. Like I'm like, this is like, it's insane. So I think The Creator will probably win this, but I don't know. It's a toss up. I Godzilla -1 just because of the popularity. And I think the re-release is going to help. It's coming out again in black and white, and I think that's going to help it big time to win this Oscar, because people are going to go back to theaters. They're going to be seeing it again, all that. So, I think Godzilla -1 might have this in the bag, and they would deserve it. It's $15 million budget for those effects. That just blows my mind. I can't believe they did that. It's unreal. And so for best sound, also The Creator gets in here, as well as Maestro, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, Oppenheimer, and The Zone of Interest. So what do you think of this?
Oppie.
Yeah, this is
judging. Maybe Oppenheimer, but I would, as you suggested, maybe The Zone of Interest.
The Zone of Interest should win this. Like what they do with the sound in that film is unparalleled. Like I don't think anything else can top The Zone of Interest when it comes to just what that film achieved in sound design. So it should win, but I think Oppenheimer it's using the most sound. So I feel like Oppenheimer is going to win because it has the most sound out of.
Yeah. You said I love the stomping.
Yeah, absolutely. It was well done. Sometimes it was like almost like a jump scare because there'd be times where it's like kind of more quiet, and then all of a sudden Oppenheimer would have this super loud booming sound. And you're like, oh, okay, that just happened. It's like almost like it was almost like a jump scare kind of thing. Um, and so now we're going into the bigger categories here, talking about the acting categories. So best actress in a supporting role and best actor in a supporting role. Best actress in a supporting role is Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple, American Ferrera for Barbie, Jodie Foster for Nyad, and Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. What do you think, Ryan?
Divine Joy Randolph is my favorite part of Holdovers, so Divine Joy Randolph.
Divine
Oh,
Joy
yeah.
Call us the Divine Joy Randolph Award for this year.
There is only two categories that if someone wanted to bet money with me, I would be completely happy to do so, and that is supporting actress and director. I could bet money that Divine Joy Randolph is going to win at this point. She's just a shoo-in because Danielle Brooks was the only other choice, and I feel like that film's been losing steam. So yeah, it's definitely Divine Joy Randolph. American Ferrera was very interesting to see her pop in here. That was I always talked about how like I actually liked her in Barbie more than Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer, because Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer had like one scene that was like decent, but like she didn't really do much in Oppenheimer, while America Ferrera had more to do in Barbie. So that was like my kind of thing. So yeah, but I am happy for her, and of course Jodie Foster got in there, and she's really good in Nyad, so I'm not necessarily upset with that. But actor in a supporting role was Sterling K. Brown, American Fiction, Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, and Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. So Mark Ruffalo was the poor thing boy that got in here instead of Willem Dafoe. But what do you think of this category? Right.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe should have been there with Mark Ruffalo, in my opinion. He was the better part of it, but I'll bet it's going to be Tony Stark winning.
Oh, yeah. Finally winning his first Oscar after being nominated 2 times previously and losing both out to one to Heath Ledger, and then I forget who he lost to with Chaplin. But Ross would know. But he lost to I remember now. He lost to Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman, which is like so dumb. It was like, seriously? Yeah, it was retarded. Anyways, Andrew, what are you
I would die to see Ryan Gosling win, but this is going to go Robert Downey Jr.
It is. And very well deserved. He even has an Oscar clip. He even has like the perfect Oscar clip to play when he's like yelling in the courtroom, and he's like upset at the fact he is losing and everything. Like that is already an Oscar clip that they could play for him and everything. So
and I feel like Ryan Gosling even has his.
I don't really know of an Oscar clip in Barbie, but that's just me.
If you know what clip I think they would use.
What?
When he's in the car and he's like, "No, you failed me." That one.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
That scene where he's actually being like, a woman actually asked me for the time. You know that scene. I could see that scene being his Oscar like pitch.
I can see it. But yeah, I definitely think Robert Downey Jr. will win this category, and I think that out of all these 5, like since Charles Melton can't be here, Charles Melton would have been my personal favorite to win. And I do think Willem Dafoe is like the heart of Poor Things. So for me personally, I think that Robert Downey Jr. probably should win this category, or Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro was great in Killers of the Flower Moon, so that would also be a great win. But I think Robert Downey Jr. should win this. And then actress in a leading role, we've got Annette Bening for Naiad, Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of Fall. There's that BAFTA pick. I talked about a pick where it like didn't get into SAG, but it got in at the BAFTA, and then it'll get in at the Oscars. Sandra Hüller was that. Then we've got Carey Mulligan for Maestro, and then Emma Stone for Poor Things. What do you think of this guy?
Emma. She's really everything, so Emma.
Yeah, it very well could be.
I really hope it goes to Lily Gladstone. Like, in my heart, I really hope it goes to her.
Yeah, it would be historic, and either way, it's the Battle of the Stones, you know. And I feel like
Rolling Stone should present it.
and I feel like Lily Gladstone, like, yeah, she wasn't nominated at the BAFTAs, but I even said, don't let that worry you guys, because if she wins SAG, she can still go on to win the Oscar, and we'll be fine. And that would be an interesting pattern: have her win the Globe, have Emma Stone win Critics' Choice, have Lily Gladstone win SAG, have Emma Stone win BAFTA, and have Lily Gladstone win the Oscar. That would be an interesting pattern to go into. What was that, Andrew?
Has she officially won SAG?
No, SAG hasn't happened yet. It happens like February 26th. So, I think.
What if Emma Stone does get win?
If she wins SAG, it's over. It's done. There's no, Emma Stone's the winner of the Oscar. There's no chance for Lily Gladstone if Emma Stone wins SAG. But if Lily Gladstone wins SAG, then we've got a real competition.
What if Sandra Hüller wins SAG?
Sandra Hüller's not nominated for the SAG. She's nominated for the BAFTA. Now, if she wins BAFTA, Sandra Hüller wins BAFTA, then that would make it interesting for sure. Because Sandra Hüller, out of all these, she has the biggest Oscar clip of all. There's a scene where she's literally yelling in an argument scene that feels so real, like Marriage Story level stuff. And she's like yelling in the argument scene. And it's like that, to me, was like Oscar clip, you know. And yeah, there is no Margot Robbie here. That's the big snub people were talking about. That people were upset about is no Margot Robbie for Barbie, but
I do wish that she was here, and maybe I would have maybe have switched out Annette Bening for Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally am not really a fan of either Annette Bening and Naiad or really Margot Robbie and Barbie personally, but if it was up to me, I would have done Katie Spaney and Priscilla. I thought she was excellent in that movie, and I would have put her in there over both. But
now comes the real question: if they came to you and they said it has to be one of those two, it has to be one of those two,
I would say Annette Bening, probably. Annette Bening gives more of a performance in Naiad, I feel, and then. But I also know Greta Lee for Past Lives, which is unfortunate. I really would have loved to have seen Greta Lee in there instead of Annette Bening personally. That would have been awesome, but it is what it is. Bradley, and then for actor in a leading role, we've got Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Coleman Domingo for Rustin, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. The 5 we expected, but what do you think of this guy?
Giamatti has this.
You might be right.
I love Oppenheimer to get it, Cillian Murphy, but Paul Giamatti would also be a really solid one as well.
Yeah, I think that as far as who delivered, like maybe the more transformative performance, it probably was Cillian Murphy, because you almost you couldn't tell that was Cillian Murphy.
Yes,
like you just saw that was Oppenheimer in there. So he did an incredible job, but they always do it, and it would be very well deserved. They always do a, hey, you're overdue, and that's going to be Robert Downey Jr. this year, and I think that's also going to be Paul Giamatti.
But there's a chance they say we're only going to give one. If they said we're only going to give one overdue Oscar this year, go to Paul Giamatti, want to go to Robert Downey Jr. Like if they said we only had to give one.
Well, if they only have to give one, then it would definitely be Robert Downey Jr. because I feel like he's stronger in that category than Paul Giamatti is in lead actor. Because Paul Giamatti and Cillian Murphy will be battling it out, but I feel like there's really nobody battling it out with Robert Downey Jr. right now. I don't really see it. So I feel like Robert Downey Jr. is a lot stronger in that category if they do just one overdue Oscar kind of thing.
I could see that.
But I think that they are going to do like 2 overdue kind of Oscars. And I mean, talking about overdue Oscars is a good segue because in Best Director, I think it's safe to say that is definitely going to be one of the, hey, you're overdue for an Oscar. Here's your Oscar kind of deal for this, because it is very easily going to be Christopher Nolan in this category. But the nominees are Justin Triet, Martin for Anatomy of a Fall, Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, and Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest. What do you think, Brian?
And Murphy getting it for Best Actor in this case only for one reason. They won't want to do 3. You're overdue. You're overdue. You're overdue.
No, they did. Didn't they do that for? They did that. Yeah, they did that. They literally did 3 last year. They did. Why can't I think of the girl from Everything Everywhere All at Once? The main actress.
Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh. Thank you. Yeah, Michelle Yeoh. They did her, which was like, hey, you're overdue for the Oscar. Here's your Oscar. Then they did Jamie Lee Curtis. Because they're like, hey, you're overdue. Here's your Oscar. And then they gave it to Brendan Fraser. Yeah, exactly. They're like, here's your Oscar. You're overdue, Brendan Fraser. So they did literally 3 last year.
They learned their lesson. They said, yeah, we're kind of doing that a little bit too much.
I know it's not going to happen because they do it every time. They did in 2019. It was Laura Dern. It was Brad Pitt. And then I feel like there was someone else. I forget who, but it was Laura Dern and Brad Pitt. They were like, oh, yeah, y'all haven't won your Oscars yet, so here you go. And yeah, it was Joaquin Phoenix as well. Yes, that was it. There was 3 in 2019.
Yeah, actually, it was Joker, though.
He did, but it was also still a, hey, you're overdue. Here's your Oscar kind of thing, you know? So, and I feel like, because Robert Downey Jr. actually deserves it for Oppenheimer, but at the same time, it's the, but I feel like it's still the, yeah, you deserve it, but you're also overdue. Here you go. Here's your Oscar. You're overdue for your Oscar. And
yes, there's a difference. Like in the Robert Downey Jr. case, I could actually see that, you know. But yeah. I guess in the Paul Giamatti case, the only reason I'm against it is because I'm like, Cillian Murphy did such a good job, and kind of like, you know, like give it to him. He did the better job.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, but I think it's going to go down to the wire. Whoever wins SAG, I think will end up winning the Oscar. So, but yeah, for director though, we had Justin Triet for Anatomy of a Fall, Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, and Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest. What do you think of this category, Ryan?
I think Nolan wins this, but I could see a surprise for Yorgos Lanthimos, maybe a surprise.
Yeah, I could see a Yorgos Lanthimos surprise, or I could see a Jonathan Glazer surprise, because one thing is that people might respect with Jonathan Glazer and The Zone of Interest is it not only took him 10 years to make the film, it's really 10-year gap between his last film and this film. But apparently he is Jewish and he was making the film, and it caused him to get extremely depressed to the point he almost decided to quit the project entirely, but then said, I can't give up on my people. I need to tell this story. And so then he made it and he put it out there, and now it's this big achievement. So because of that story behind it, I could see it going both ways between those two. But I also just think I feel like there's also kind of no contest as well. It's kind of like kind of like Christopher Nolan has this in the bag. But what do you think, Andrew?
Christopher Nolan, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. It's and he would be very well deserved. I mean, he's been nominated many times, and also apparently Martin Scorsese is about to. I think he's about to top, or he's. I don't know if he's ever going to top in his career, but he's 2 away from matching William Wilder's career, the director William Wilder, who was nominated 12 times in his entire career. And Martin Scorsese now is nominated 10 times in his entire career. So that is so he's almost there. He's almost at William Wilder's street. But yeah, there is no Greta Gerwig in this category. That's the thing people are mad about. And also no Celine Song for Past Lives. I know some people were no pain for the holdovers, which was kind of even more shocking, just because he's gotten in for a lot of his previous movies. Like I think he was nominated for director for Nebraska, for The Descendants, for Sideways, stuff like that. So he's been nominated many times for director. So it is kind of a shock that Alexander Payne didn't make it in. I predicted the Greta Gerwig snub. I didn't think that she was going to make it in. And again, I mentioned it, like, we already have a woman in this category, so that's great. And she's the most deserved woman in the category.
I still getting it because she's literally getting in for every other award.
Not every other award. She missed out on BAFTA. She missed the BAFTA award nomination. So.
But the Golden Globes, the film, the critic awards, and like all that stuff.
Yeah. I could, yeah, but I just feel like as far as the directing goes, like Justine Triet did a much better job. So I'm very happy for her getting in there. And so people be happy that just the fact that a woman is nominated in director for a award show that's very notorious for just having 5 men over and over and over and over again. So just be happy with that, guys. That's all I can tell you. For Best Picture, the nominees are American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. Man, what a lineup there that is. It's a phenomenal lineup. But what do you think of this, Brian?
I think Oppenheimer will win. I could see maybe Holdovers, or maybe Barbie could end up winning Best Picture at the Barbenheimer.
Yeah, that is still a possibility, but I think even more so with Holdovers. But yeah, I definitely think that is a possibility.
I could see Anatomy of a Fall. Surprise.
Yeah.
But Oppenheimer, probably.
Because Anatomy of a Fall got I think it got 5 Oscar nominations, and they were all the big 5, like the huge 5 that are like the biggest ones that you can get. But also, I think it could also be Poor Things, because Poor Things is the second most nominated film here. It got 11 nominations. So that is one thing to keep in mind. They really love Poor Things. So I could definitely see that being something that translates to an Oscar win. But overall, I do think it's Oppenheimer. That's just been sweeping the most awards and taking home the most awards. It's at like 174 awards right now. There's one. So it's won like a lot of awards this season. So
I wonder if it's gonna ever get up to 200.
Maybe. Once we get to all the like SAG, BAFTAs, and Oscars, it probably probably will get to up to 200. But yeah, it is, man. But what an exciting lineup that is of just
Completely exciting.
Of all the Best Picture nominees, and eventually we'll do a video down the line. We usually do it the week of the Oscars. We do this like Oscars week, where we will rank all the Best Picture nominees for you guys or something like that. So that'll be fun, and do like a little top 10 thing there of all the Best Picture nominees. So yeah, that is all the Oscar nominations. I am seeing. I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, we pretty much covered everything. The Oscars are on March 10th. You guys can will be able to see us here live on our YouTube channel doing a reaction video with you guys at probably around 6:30ish to prepare for the 7 o'clock show and get ready for you guys for the because they're doing it an hour early this year. They're doing 7 o'clock, so we'll be here live on our YouTube channel reacting to the Oscars for you guys. So that'll be fun and exciting. I want to thank you again, Brian, for coming on here on the channel.
No problem.
It was it was an absolute blast. It certainly won't be the last time we have you on. It was great just having you vibe with everyone here. So so yeah, all of you guys watching, hope you all enjoyed the stream, and let us know what you all think of the awards race of the Oscars of the films nominated. Do y'all agree with what we think are going to win? Do y'all not agree? Let us know down below. Comment. Would love to hear your thoughts. Don't know where Andrew went. He's like full on disappeared, but
He probably went to go see Barbie again.
probably. He probably was like, see you guys. I'm Audi 5000 here to see Barbie. Margot Robbie or these two weirdos? Margot Robbie, definitely. No. But yeah, we'll here he is. We were just joking about you, saying you probably left us to go see Barbie again. But
Nope.
Yeah, that'll be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you all in the next one, and until next time. Oh, actually, wait, before we leave, I am confusing everything. That's my bad. Before anything, I want to do plugs real quick. Just tell people where they can find you, Brian.
Yeah, you can find me in Trivia Bowl Spaces, Lifestyle Trivia, Peersco, Multiplex. I'm here on the We Here Network most of the time. I'll be on the Family Movies Versus against Jordan Anderson in February, and pretty much where you can find me.
Awesome. And yeah, you guys can find me and Andrew here just on this channel, talking award stuff, talking movie reviews for you guys, and then we will be doing this thing every month starting in the year. So we're going to do this probably at the beginning of literally like the first day of February or so. We're going to do a recap of everything we watched in January. And then at the end of February, it'll be everything we watched in February. It's just going to be like a little monthly recap thing of everything we watched. And so that'll be kind of fun for you guys. And then also on Friday will finally be our top 10 best movies of 2023 rankings. So all of us will be sharing our best of 2023. And then our worst of 2023 will probably be the weekend after, because I still need to catch up on a couple things. So
can you just text me the time for
yeah.
Sunday, because I do have an early morning the next day. So
I said Friday, not Sunday. So
I mean on Friday. On Saturday, so I would prefer to start closer to 9 like we are now.
Yeah, that should work, because I get off work early on Friday. So
And
So
my
that should be good.
and my showing on Poor Things is at like 4:15, so I'm
Nice.
definitely going to be home in time.
Cool. So hopefully that'll make your top 10 then on Friday. That'll be fun.
Well, I have a feeling.
So yeah, that'll be great. So, and then also on as far as and our worst of the year, yeah, that'll be the following weekend. And of course, Austin and I will be talking all of our favorite horror films from this year on this channel here in February. And then Valentine will be this month's drinking game, so that'll be fun. You guys can stay tuned for that and much more coming your way. So thank you all again. Make sure you like this video, subscribe for more awards coverage, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss an episode. We will be back in the next one. And until the next time, stay classy, my friends. Keep on